Warbler.
You got any chipmunks there?
Oh, hundreds of chipmunks.
Yeah.
Hundreds of
So
chipmunks.
they're all, I thought they were all on my property.
No, no. So here is a what looks like possibly a different oak, actually. Could be. This could be a different oak because these leaves seem to have very deeply incised compared to the other red oak leaf. That's more like this, more like that. So looks quite different. And this particular oak has a lot of small branches. See the little small branches coming out? That's characteristic of this oak, which is called pin oak. Pin oak. This is a very common oak that's planted. It's a good, yard oak to plant. A lot of villages plant pin oak.
Yeah.
This is blueberry here. It's a blueberry plant, and here there's lots of this here, and this is called reindeer moss. It's not a moss. It's a lichen, and just as on that hickory tree that had that beautiful cover of lichen and mosses, different species, different associations, but this is reindeer moss, and what this represents is a fungus that's growing in association with an alga species. So there are multiple algal cells intertwined in all the threads of fungus that are in here. And actually, in the far north, this is a staple food for the reindeer. And when it gets wet, the color would be different. You would see the green or more gray. The algal cells would become more active. This is what, the third day of no rain?
Unusual, huh?
Tomorrow. So it's hard to believe. This is the biggest stretch since March of no rain.
Does that have a large root system? Or?
No roots. No, this
all.
has no roots at all. No, this is just fungal threads. And what the fungus does is the fungus gets food from the alga. The alga carries on photosynthesis, produces sugar. The fungus, being a typical like a mushroom, is full of water. The algal cells get water from the fungus. So they have what we call the mutualistic association. One supplies the other with its needs, and they sort of take turns, you might say, and survive together where otherwise nothing could grow there. But together they can grow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just lying on the surface. It's not connected. No roots were disturbed here at all.
Yeah.
No. It's just there. Yeah.
There's a certain name for that.
Mutualism,
Something like
symbiosis.
that. Yeah, that's it.
And I think the fungus gives the algae structure also.
Yeah, gives it a place
Because it doesn't have
to
any
host,
really
to
structure
sit
to
down.
it. Yeah.
So here's a good place to see the contrast between the cinquefoil and the strawberry. So here's the strawberry. See this here, three leaflets. And here's the cinquefoil, 5 leaflets. So they're right here together, 5 leaflets of the cinquefoil. Cinquefoil is going to have a yellow flower. The strawberry, which we should see in flower, should have white flowers. They should be in flower right now, somewhere along here. I haven't seen any yet, but they should be here.
And a wood duck box right over your head.
Okay. Box.
It's a wood duck box.
Wood duck box, yes. The most common duck utilizing the Bashakill is the wood duck. And this area that the state preserved, they preserved it under state regulations as a wildlife management area, which means it's not a parkland. It means it's a multiple use area that can be used for fishing, it can be used for hunting. So in the fall of the year, there will be hunters here duck hunting. I don't know what the state does to inform the hikers and bikers and horseback riders that there's hunting going on, but there is hunting that's permitted here under state regulation. There's also trapping that's permitted under state regulation. So here there are beavers, here there are muskrats, here there are otters, and a trapper can take a certain amount of those provided they have a special license and a permit to do so. So if you have a good habitat, you can do all of that, but if you don't have the habitat protected, none of it can happen. Take a look over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look at these. These are called horsetails because some of them would be denser. Okay. Here, it's also called in the genus Equisetum. It's also called a scouring rush. And the early settlers used to use these for cleaning up in the kitchen, pots and pans, because the plant contains a lot of silicon dioxide, which is quartz sandstone, and you could take it and you could use it to scrape. You know how this stuff sticks to pans? This is the Brillo pad. This is the Brillo pad of the settlers. Was this? Okay. And they break off when you pull them apart. They break off at these junctions. It's a very primitive plant. You go back in the fossil record, 450 million years ago, these plants existed. So these are survivors really from a long, long ago, the horsetails.
How tall do they get?
This species will not get any taller than what you see here. There are other species of horsetails that would get this high, river horsetails, but this one is not going to get much bigger than what you see.
Silicate there. Not many deers won't be eating that.
No, deer won't eat these. Grind their teeth down.
Another great grandfather.
Yeah. I did that to New Zealand, fly out to California from California.
Exactly.
Yes. There's another shrub, an understory shrub like the musselwood, and it's called serviceberry. It's also called shadbush. There's a time of the year on the Delaware River when the shad are running up the Delaware to spawn, and this is flowering at the same time. So the shad bush and the shad, correlate together very well. And Fred knows that at Port Jervis, that's a hub for shad capital there, shadfish. Shad blow, yeah. Beautiful white flowers. The flowers last for about a week. And tell you a little secret here, they produce the best fruit that there is. It turns a little bit pinkish, and then it would turn a deep purple. And if you can collect those fruits, it makes an excellent jam. It's the best fruit that there is. It's the richest oxidant that there is of all the berries. You talk about boysenberries and all these other things. Shad bushes, but you got to beat the birds.
Yeah,
the birds. You beat the birds to it.
When does
Theory on why it doesn't become like a orchard growing species, but it's native and it's delicious.
I don't know. It could very well be that they're looking for that entrepreneur to set it up. This may be the opportunity, because it is. The market is there now for that.
Where do they grow well?
Here. Right here.
Around here.
Yeah.
I think it's an average moisture thing. They usually grow as an understory and along edges, as you see here. So I think you could cultivate these. I don't think that would be impossible to do. Shadbush.
How do they taste off the vine?
Terrific. Just
Really?
wonderful, wonderful.
Sweet?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one shad bush on the Arc campus, and I showed my students it, and then I would go up there first thing in the morning and check it out.
Where is it? I go to walk all the time.
It's between Orange Hall and the mansion, and you make that circle
really?
right in that
Oh,
circle.
let's check it out.
Yeah.
When are they ripe?
Uh,
July? August?
they'll be ripening in another couple weeks. Yeah.
Beginning of
Yeah.
July.
During this first summer session, because I would be teaching normally in
Yeah.
this session.
Marty,
Yeah.
Marty, I wanted to tell you, besides the blooming of the shad, creek, shad, whatever, the old timers used to say when shad run when the maple leaf is the size of a squirrel's ear.
Oh.
And it was the same size, time that
Same
the
time.
shad blooms.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is this birch?
No. This is an aspen or cottonwood. Or not a cottonwood, but a poplar. Aspen and poplar. Where does this come from?
Mine came from down there and it was interesting, so I
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's okay. You could do that. And the way you can tell that it's a trembling aspen is it has very small teeth along the margin, and if you grab the petiole and try to roll it doesn't roll too well. It's flat. All the aspens have flat petioles, so that's why they make so much noise in the breeze, because they're always flapping. And, you can hear the breeze now.
birds in our yard love that.
There it is up there,
to me it looked like a birch tree,
Above
so.
our little leaves.
Yeah, there they are. There they are up there flapping.
Oh yeah, it's neat.
It's always full of birds.
Yeah. There's a story that goes, at Fort Jervis High School, and schools always put out the flagpole in the morning, go out there and raise the flag. And this one school had an aspen or a poplar next to the flagpole, and the guys were complaining about all the noise that it made. So one night he went out, so it was going right next to the flagpole, and chopped. And the next morning got out, he realized he chopped down the flagpole, and not the aspen, which only went to prove he didn't know it's aspen from the pole when it got out.